what's cracking? I'm out here in the UK on the straight out of Compton tour, man. Much love. And you know you rocking with, man. It's Lil Easy E, and we about that online. So we finna get it cracking, man.
Family, we're back this week with a super special extraordinary guest. This is one that a lot of you guys have been asking for, and you know, we're definitely proud to be able to deliver on this one. And this is Akibama, formerly known as Freequan. What's good, Lil Soldier?
What's good, my G? What's poppin'?
Yep, I want to say salute, man. We definitely are thankful to have you grace us. As I said at the beginning, we've had, you know, such an abundance of the fans and supporters, you know, want to know more about where you've been, want to know more about your journey, your story. So we definitely appreciate it that you could take your time to join us today.
Absolutely. Nah, thank you. Thank you for everything, man. Thank you to people just for being interested. I got a lot to keep you updated on.
Okay, most definitely. So, first and foremost, we definitely want to say, you know, we know there was two Lil Soldiers, and we, you know, you're the youngest one. So, maybe at some point in the future, we may even get the two of you guys on here and stuff as well. That could be dope too. But to kick it off with yourself, you know, let's rewind a bit and kind of get into some of your early beginnings with how you started with like coming up with raps, because you know you guys were rhyming from like 6 years old and stuff like that. I mean yourself as well. So, 5 years old. Explain some of that, some of those early beginnings.
Well, I was born in Jersey. My mom from Jersey, my dad from New York. So my pops, he would come to Jersey. My mom, she would go to New York. We was always like musically inclined. So since the seed, my mom would it really started at home, you know, playing music throughout the day, getting ready for school, just doing activities, and I just always had it. I never didn't have it. I always just had the spark. And my mom seeked it as a child when I used to go to school, and I used to write raps for the class and entertain the class. And then the teachers would tell her like, "Yo, he's on something. He's up to something already." At 5 years old, he's writing. He had a daily rhyme or poem or for the ladies, you know. So she spotted that, and we tell my father, my pops got knocked. You know, he did a little time. So when he came home, it was on from there. He spotted the talent. He added some jewels in there. He never tried to change what I was doing. You know, he just always tried to embrace it and enhance it. Like, all right, you a young, fly, dark one. You know, you like to get dressed like the ladies. I'm gonna teach you how to pronounce your words. He always gave me like clarity. Make sure you say your words clean. Make sure you mean what you say. Make sure they feel it instead of hearing it. You know, he just installed those jewels in us so young. My brother was a year or two older than me. So when I was 5, he was 6, turning 7. And when I was 6, 7, he was just turning 8. So yeah, we were super young. We already had it. Pops used to take us school shopping. We rapping in the back seat, other people music. He like, look, man, y'all naturally got it. Y'all need to make your own music. We 6 and 7, he telling us this. 6. These is babies. We barely could speak properly. You know what I mean? We got knowledge of self, but we want to be kids, you know? So around that age, he just thought it. We was working. We all three of us writing raps together, writing rhymes, hooks, choruses, bouncing ideas, 6 or 7, traveling from New York to Cali, Louisiana, Atlanta. 6. This is like in and out of school on the weekends, you know, doing this and that. So yeah, it's just been since then we was already on a path. We was going to go somewhere. My father knew, like, all this talent, y'all going to go somewhere. So we just stayed grounded. And we bumped into Master P. My pops was on the run. You know, we was dodging the law, so he was moving real careful. But ironically, when we was in North Carolina, he bumped into Master P on a flight to LA, if I'm not mistaken. He was in Cali, bumped into Master P. So us being with my father since he came home for like a year or two, always consistently making music. We was sharp. We was super sharp. We wasn't singing nobody else's music at that time. We was fans of ourselves, young soldiers. We was already calling ourselves like little soldiers, like ride or dies. Like we going to get it. We ain't taking no shorts. You feel me? We don't want no handouts. We don't want nobody, oh, they young, take it easy. Nah, we going full-fledged. So once we bumped into Master P, it was just a blessing. I don't know. I wasn't there. We was young, you know. We just got the phone call like, yo, spit a 16. We ain't ask who on the phone with you. We don't ask questions like that. He had us so military, like real soldiers. You know, you don't ask questions. We was cooking, cleaning, making music, and studying school at 6, 7 years old, and traveling. You feel me? So by the time he called, we was already trained to like, oh, spit the thing. I spit mine. And my brother, here, pass the phone. Go ahead. Next thing you know, if I'm not mistaken, it was so long ago. This is early 96, 97. I think the next day or the next week, we was on a flight. We was out of here from Greensboro, North Carolina. We was out of here. I think we went to I think we went to LA, flight to LA, met with P if I'm not mistaken. Then we moved to Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and it was on from there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we were so young. Some of the things was a blur. It was so fast. You know what I mean? Nobody, unless you that young moving around, you would never understand how that lifestyle is as a child, not a teen, not a kid, a real child. Like, you know what I mean? Which is so fast. Different 3 airplanes in a day, 2 states in a day. Fans coming running through the airport, which you know what I mean? It was crazy, man. I'm thankful for all.
Yeah, no, definitely, and you know that sound dope, man, and you know even just hearing some of that, it definitely echoes some of the story that we heard from your pops as well when he met P, and he said, you know, we called you guys and stuff and had you guys spit, and you know those guys were surprised at your ages and stuff at the time for what they was hearing,
Right.
and even you just saying as a 6-year-old, because even just looking at that, I think, you know, if we look at a 6-year-old today and what the average 6-year-old probably does, you know, and we go back and we think of the articulation you guys were showing at a young age, the education, not just that as well, even the demeanor, because you guys were like not like grown men in the sense, but you didn't carry yourself as such like kids. You know, you had a confidence and a sort of adult maturity and swagger about you guys and stuff as well. And you know, for child stars, you know, usually you get some child stars where they're just like you know, proper childish, but you guys didn't come off childish. You had like a maturity and stuff about you and stuff.
Right.
You mentioned having knowledge yourself and stuff. Was that something that came from maybe like the 5% teachers and stuff like that? And
absolutely. Not to cut you off, I should have brought that up, but I don't. A lot of people don't understand like the 5% nation and religious, but us having knowledge of self was given to us, and thankfully from my father. My pops was. He's a 5%. He's 5% of God, you know, and he traveled the nation. He had students. He just gave us the jewels when he was giving us the jewels while our moms were still holding us in our stomach. That's the fact. So by the time we was born, we was already going to school, but studying mathematics, studying our student enrollment, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture of freedom. We 6 years old, building with 30, 40-year-old men. And men are shocked. Oh, whoa, we up there. Because we getting the knowledge from a God. We not getting the knowledge from a kid. We getting it from a 30, 20-something-year-old man who's been around the country twice and got students and study mathematics. He was sharp. So, 5% of teachers came from my father, and we used to go to the Mecca in New York. That's the home of the 5% of nation, where we every so often we go check in with the OGs. Peace, God. What's today's sign? Well, today's sign is building with them, staying sharp on your toes. So by the time it came to make music, we were so sharp spitting, teaching men how to have knowledge of self and love themselves, teaching women how to respect themselves, and teaching how to stay away from police. We were 6 and 7 years old with the knowledge from 40, 50-year-olds.
no.
So we were so advanced. It was like we just knew it was real. We didn't know how far we were advanced, but we were just going with it. Like, yo, this is what we know. This is all we know. Is to be a leader, be powerful, you know, and be. I won't even call it confidence. It was like, bro, this it. What you see us walking with that confidence is something, but it's power behind that. It's struggle, it's pain, it's knowledge, it's blood, sweat, and tears behind it. So people will feel that, like, man, they so young, but they know something. Yeah, because we was already putting through the tests at a young age. So yeah, the 5%ers definitely always had our back. And some of the Muslims, you know, because it's heavy up north. The Muslims and the 5% is heavy in New York and New Jersey. You know, they like run the nation. Million Men March. It's so heavy. So they looking at us like, man, the young girls, we got them. But we was just getting so much knowledge. I got a bunch of uncles who would give us knowledge. And yeah, that would keep us sharp on our toes as far as how we move, how we make music, and yeah, just the way we present ourselves. Like we felt like we was untouchable because we had a million black men saying, "Yo, go ahead, young God." You know, that just felt good to be like, man, we could go to Cali and still be us. We could go to Louisiana and still be us. So by the time we got with Master P, they was already like in shock because of all the blessings we already had. We kind of didn't need no like artist development.
Yeah.
At 6 and 7 year olds, they don't do that nowadays. A&R or artist developments. They just see a rapper. All right, go ahead, make your music. Back then, you had to critique the artist. All right, change his image. Make sure he need to start doing this. He need to say his words clearer. He need to stop wearing that or being around this person. We didn't need none of that. Our father in the nation in New York, Jersey already like groomed us as young men already. So by the time we saw Master P, we was already out of here. We didn't really need, just go. They just put us in the studio. Y'all young men, just go. Do what y'all do. So
yeah, you know,
that was.
I mean, that's peace, man. We spoke to Reginelli, and you know, he remembered recounted some memories of you guys just in the studio and stuff, and said, you know, they weren't no joke. They was serious, man. Even as, you know, just talented young artists and stuff. We want to touch on the album slightly because even some of the stuff that you just said there, I think it coincides greatly with the album because at the time for a No Limit album, the topics that you guys were rapping on and expressing, it was something that was, to me, indicative of like the East Coast, but it was teaching a lot. It had so many different concepts and dynamics to it, which was different to a lot of the No Limit stuff. Obviously, it was different anyway, being an album coming out from you know, a bunch of kids and stuff as well. What was the recording of the album like? And I believe that, you know, your pops was locked up while it was being recorded, and you guys had to manage the recording of the album yourselves. And you know, what was the recording process of that album like?
Okay, so before my father got knocked, he like I told you, he was grooming us. We was taught to have at least 200, 300 writtens locked in your mind. So by the time he said spit that 16, you already supposed to be on it. So recording the process, it was crazy, man, because he wasn't around to be he pat us on the back no more. He was locked, and that was a good reason he gave us all that knowledge at a young age, because we needed that to still prosper without him. So we was in Baton Rouge with this No Limit Soldiers, C Murder, Silkk the Shocker, Master P, Mr. Servo, Fiend, Mia X. I could name all day long. You hear me? I'm 2-3 feet tall around these OGs, and they all eyes watching us moving and making sure. It was times they would like just fall back and sit and just let us do that and let us do us, because our father trained us to be that. He taught us how to go in and make sure your words is clearer and make sure, you know, everything was critiqued the right way. So you don't have to be checked. You do it right and exact. I don't care how many times you got to do it over, make sure it's right and exact. So we were sharp. We were sharp in that studio. We were getting there, sometimes one take it, song after song. What's up? What's the next hit?
I was just going to say, not to cut you, but I did hear that a lot of the stuff you guys did was like one take and stuff as well, and was able to nail it.
One take, because we were so sharp. You got to figure, right? My father with us 24/7, helping us critique our raps. All right, you finish your rap, spit it again. Let me hear it. Say that word better, spit it again. This is one song he's making sure it's right and exact. It's 1,000% so great. By the time he was knocked, we was spitting raps on the fly. We was waking up to spitting. It was nothing. Like music was just creative for us. So yeah, we would do stuff one take. We would bring certain new stuff. You know, we from the East Coast, New York, Jersey is a whole opposites down from Louisiana, Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So it was a mixture of that bounce. It was that East Coast boom bap, but it was that bounce. It was that clarity. So yeah, we was bringing all types of like sauce to the South. We was bringing teachings. We was bringing fly shit. We was building on the knowledge. Like, yo, listen, man, the black man is God, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Like, people didn't understand it because they not from the area or they not 5%. But as we was making music, that's why people let us rock. You know, the Soldiers, No Limit, the whole No Limit camp was letting us rock. They never was like, yo, no, don't do that. Do it like this. They would help us, of course, but we was already seasoned, you know? So the recording process was easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard work because you up late nights. You got to do your school. And our father at 6 years old, he taught us how to cook clean. at that age too. You know what I mean? So we was like really young men. We was young men at 6 or 7 years old. And all the teachers my mother gave me, you know what I mean, on how to stand on your words and how to, you know what I mean, how to be move militant and never take nothing from don't tolerate no disrespect. Like we was the real soldiers. We didn't get the name Little Soldiers because it was sound cool. We was already consider ourselves as soldiers, being though we was moving around with my father at a young age, studying and just holding it down, dodging police with my pops. It was hard. It wasn't an easy process to get that deal. We went through blood, sweat, and tears, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything got smooth when it was time for us to do our duty. Our duty was to record. That's it. Y'all be record, study your mathematics, stay out of trouble. And that was our duty. So when it came to record, we was free, man. We was in our tank tops and boxers, young. We ain't got no socks on. We chilling. We free. They like, yo, y'all young niggas go rock. That's just how it was. It was just so freedom, man. It was felt good. It was family. And you just knew you had a good camp behind you, full of OGs, you know?
Well, I mean, definitely, man, and that's dope. And we did want to ask about a couple of songs. One of them being Where the Little Soldiers At. And, you know, because we heard that, you know, you guys recorded that unbeknownst to P and them at the time. And then they, you know, you just did it and, you know, kind of turned it in. And, you know, they liked it so much, they put it out as a single. And you guys had the single as well on the Mean Green project and stuff as well, which, you know, these songs were recognized and put out and stuff as well. And, you know, so what about that, Where the Little Soldiers At? You know, what was the feeling behind recording that, if you could remember?
See, me and my brother, like, my pops was real militant, you know? I wouldn't say strict, he just was making sure, like, he felt like he was gonna die or get locked up forever. So he was, like, limited with he was like, y'all need all these jewels. I got to teach y'all everything y'all need to know to be a grown man in this world and to be militant before I go. So it was a little strict, man. It was serious when he was around. So when he wasn't around, that was our fun. We never had a childhood. 6 or 7 years old, we not playing. We'd play video games here and there, but we not outside playing with friends and going on parks and swings and all this. We working. So when we would get around each other, just me and my brother, it was fun. We just come create little stuff. So Where the Little Soldiers At was a fun thing for me and my brother. Where the little soldiers at? Over there, right here. Did they go? Where they at? It was just fun. That was something we did. Like, we just had that bounce, you know? So one song, like I told you, my pops used to help us critique our writtens. But most of the time, it came from me and my brother. Everything came real, like what we wanted to do as kids. So that was just one of those tracks that was like, that was fully us. You know, that was fully us as a 6 and 7 year old. As 7-year-old kids from the East Coast, just want to have fun, and we didn't know it was going to stick. Sometimes you in the studio, you plan on doing this, but you end up saying that, and then people like, oh, say that again.
Yeah,
and that was one of those moments. Yo, go, y'all record that. Put that beat on. You got Beats by the Pound in there. You got Moby Dick in there. It's a blessing. They like, it's a go. We 6 and 7 years old, and they confirming it. Like, yo, you know what? I like that. Go. They never pressured us. So Where the Little Soldiers At was a green light. It was no limitations, and it happened to pop. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think we was on the radio for 52 weeks. It was just booming, running through the airport. People, Where the Little Soldiers At? And that felt good because we created that. We didn't have no OGs telling us not or what to do with that. That was just a young kids. That was just our fun. Where the Little Soldiers At was our fun. That's when we felt like, yo, you know what? We like doing this. It's not just a job no more. Like, we like it. But I was shy. I'm not gonna lie. I was shy as a child, you know, because my brother, he was more the outgoing. You know, at that time in America, light skin. It was about image. The light skin and he was that. I was the shy one. Like, yo, I just got the lyrics and I'm just speaking on what I do. I ain't trying to be out and about. So if you could look at the videos, people didn't know. I was the shy one. I was the dark one with the hair. Everybody had their faith in me. Yo, you the one. You gonna be famous. You gonna pop. I'm telling you, I didn't believe it. I didn't see it. Because my life was so real. It was based off survival. It wasn't based off looking good. Or it was based off coming from the 1-bedroom apartment from the dangerous block in Jersey. Then going to Brooklyn, where it's killers that stand on the block in Harlem with 5%ers. It ain't no game. So Where the Little Soldiers At was a fun thing that was like, yo, this our fun, man. Whether y'all like it or not. Like, I'm tired of being all militant. We gotta have fun. We kids. So yeah, we was free with that. That was our free song, man. It felt good.
Yeah,
It was success.
and that took you to like BET and a lot of stuff like that. And you know, what was that experience like being up on BET and stuff, man? And
it was crazy because you're sitting at your home with your mother watching BET every day before school, and you don't want to end up on the damn TV. That was one of the craziest experiences, man. I ain't gonna lie. It don't feel real. You don't get a chance to feel it. It's so much movement. You going from here, 106 and Park, BET. After BET, you go ahead to the radio. The radio, you spitting for Big Tigger at the basement. This is real life. It's no like written out. It just going to the airport, 2 flights in a day. You don't get a chance to embrace it. You just have to do it. This is your duty. So yeah, our father kind of trained us on like not to fall in love with movements or not to cherish a moment. You know, just go. We don't have time to be like, oh, we love this. Go. We work. So yeah, it really wasn't. Yeah. It was mind blowing as you got older. Like, wow, I was 6 years old. You don't realize a lot of stuff till you become an adult because you're still young. You really don't know too much. You know, all the knowledge I knew, I didn't know life though. I just knew how to have knowledge of self and how to be a man and how to defend myself and protect and provide for my family. I didn't know that. Like, wow, I was that young building. Like, I was talking about this and that, missing children and people murdering on the block. I didn't know. So yeah, we really, and my brother could vouch for me. We really didn't enjoy and cherish and realize how much work and fun we had until we got an adult. So now that I'm looking at it, it wasn't. We didn't know. We didn't know nothing. It was work. And my brother could. You know what I mean? That's how my father set it up.
Nah, for real.
Don't think.
In that moment and stuff, and you know, and you know, and that makes sense. Even you say now being older, you know, having hindsight, being able to look back and experience different things and stuff as well. A few other tracks, you know, and there's so many we could go into. I mean, you just mentioned one, and some of the lyrics you sound about, some of the stuff you was rapping about, you know, children going missing and stuff. You know, a few songs that stand out. One of them on a different spectrum was another deep song called "Close to You" and stuff as well. You want to explain some of that for the fans?
Close to You is for our mothers. We dedicated that for both our mothers. We love our pops, you know, but our mothers was the nurturers. They the ones held. My father lived a fast life, you know, in a law, traveling. He got a bunch of kids. He was moving around. He wasn't always available, but he was always effective. Our moms, me and my brother, moms always available. Always, they was the ones holding us down. And we was in their household before our father came home and took us on the road. So that was our song. We was dedicated. Me and my brother would have talks like, yo, let's make a song about this. Let's make a song about that. And Close to You came, we was like, yo, let's make a song for mommies, man. We love mommy. We shared, it was like his mom is my mom, his mom, you know? But we had to make that be known for the people. We couldn't just be like, yo, I love my mom. We had to. It was a feeling. It was like, yo, man, if our moms didn't hold us down and give us the knowledge and the education, none of this would be possible. So Close to You was a real personal, like, although it popped and it was a hit record, it still hit home. You feel me? Because our moms still to this day held it down. You feel me? To this day, sacrificed a lot of things, man. My mom played a big, I want to say just as big as my father, played the biggest part. The role is so big. So we made Close to You to show our dedication to all the mothers, though. It wasn't even in a video you see. We trying to make sure, if you watch the video still to this day, it's so much different messages on how to respect your mom or never let a man touch or look at your mom. We was taught to defend and attack. If you wasn't coming in peace, we gonna attack you for over our mothers. Like, we was showing Close to You was like, yo, this is my heart. Like, close to you, ma, like, we was showing you, like, we talking to moms. You know what I mean? 6 years old talking to moms, so it meant something. We could have been talking about sports, clothes, you know? Do your thing. But yeah, so that's Close to You was a real personal track. None of the tracks we didn't set up for it to blow. Like, yo, this is gonna be the one. Never. We just kept working. And Close to You it was a song that you didn't really hear too much. You felt it. Yeah. You know, some songs you don't hear, you just like, damn, I felt that. Like, I love my mom too, or you know. Yeah, so it was real personal, man. We didn't even plan for it to go that big, but I'm glad the message got across to America. So we was trying to teach. Our whole goal was to teach young men, young kids, woman or girl or boy, how to honor your mother and respect our mother. My father didn't play when it came to our mom. He was like, listen, you could curse and do whatever you want in front of me, but when you're around your mom, that's your queen, that's your earth, that's your everything. You make sure you clean, you cook and clean. We was cooking and cleaning at 6 around our moms. She really didn't have to do too much, protecting and provide. So close to you was a message for the whole entire, like, yo, cherish your mother, you know? Cherish your father too, but these the ones that held you for 9 months. It's the one that hold you down, taking you to school and feeding you, you know? So yeah, definitely. And to this day, I still the same.
It's definitely important and a heartfelt one. You know, we think, you know, other big sounds like Tupac, Dear Mama and stuff like that as well, within the same and similar vein. You know, and these heartfelt songs are always, you know, appreciated by people and stuff as well. And that's one thing, you guys, even still being young, was able to do stuff like even Michael Jackson as a young artist, where he was able to encapsulate topics that, you know, the grown folk could understand and, you know, appreciate and stuff too. And it doesn't sound like gimmicky. You can still feel it coming from, you know, a real place. And, you know, that brings us on to, you know, before, you know, kind of still on the album somewhat, but slightly off topic, you featured with Steady Mobbin on a song called Lil Nigga.
A little nigga.
Now,
you heard?
Yeah.
Nigga.
Now I love that track, and I love the verse and stuff on it too. Now it hasn't been controversial in a sense, but some people say, okay, well, you know, you got young artists on there, and it's like a hardcore track. You guys also featured on a few other like hardcore tank songs as well, not necessarily with cursing. I remember one of the Soldier songs you guys was on. I don't know if it was Let's Get. Was it whose album was it? On one of those, you know, the Soldier songs. Could have been on Mystical or somebody's album, or you know, but you guys had the dope vest and stuff on there. It came with that energy. Nobody cursed on that one, but obviously on the Steady Mobbing one, there was a bit of cursing and stuff. So what we wanted to ask was, do you feel that it kind of impeded the ability for you guys to cross over to younger fans by being seen as, like, you know, mature youngsters, if that, as opposed to you know, like a child-friendly artist? Did you think that it could have been misconstrued by some fans and stuff?
I feel it probably could have. I probably feel like some fans would be like, because now when I got older, I used to watch the comments and see the feedback. Some people like, man, tell these little kids stay in their place and get them to let them have fun and stop being in the streets and all that. But what they didn't realize was that was our real life. We came from that in Jersey and in New York. And when we went to Master P and them, they was really living like that. This the thing, when we got with No Limit, they wasn't that. They was growing to be at their peak. Niggas was still in the streets. Niggas was moving around. Lil Romeo he wasn't there yet. Everybody was coming up. So we had mob ties, street ties. So when we made Lil Nigga, we signed with No Limit Records. People don't listen to the name, right? They just think No Limit. No, Master P made sure his camp had no limitations. So if you a real street nigga and you gonna speak about your street shit, speak about it. They gave us freedom. My name Freequan. My father named Freedom. My pops made sure you free wherever you go, anytime, any place you go. So little nigga, we never thought about it because we knew it was real. Our intentions, maybe the perception for the fans was different, but our intentions was to only be real. We little niggas, we coming off the block, nigga. Like, this is real life. All the other songs we giving you jewels and all that. This is another song. As just people took the curse and, you know, and the profanity at such a young age, and they was like, oh, wait, what's going on? Nah, don't keep your antennas up. This is real life. You need to hear this. Some shit you have to hear. It's not a want. You need to. So, yeah, little nigga, we had it was attitude. It was confidence because it was real. We didn't even think about it. Man, it's a little nigga. We coming up, we talking about this, murder, drugs, sex, kidnapping, because that's exactly what's going on in the hood. We gonna speak on it. And now we get with Master P and them. They from the streets too. They can relate. Ain't no limitations. Okay, we saying exactly how we feel. So yeah, we to the fans, if they felt any way about it, sometimes you have to change the perception. Like, man, maybe these young, this is what they really live. Maybe I can relate, and maybe I need to. Sometimes we would make music to show you, like, don't do that. You know, we talking about being from the streets and doing this and that. Our mistakes and that our father made. The whole jewel and lesson of the song is for you to not do it. Learn from us, you know, because experience the best teacher. So we went through all our shit and we just spoke about it. We expressed it. We didn't hold back shit. Ain't no limitations. When we got with Master P, that was one of the things. Look, y'all young niggas be who y'all are. He trusted our judgment, you know? So yeah, that's just how it was when we was recording those bangers with Mystical, those dirty rap.
I think the other one I was thinking was No Limit Tank Nigga, man. It was at Survivor album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one.
Wow, we wildin'.
Yep. And you guys held it up, man, even with you know, as he said, you know, the OGs and stuff like that. Who was some of your most memorable artists and stuff that you got to work with and you like to record with and stuff or feature with?
I would say definitely the whole tank, because we didn't work with one person more than the other.
Okay.
We probably had the same amount of songs with everybody. Everybody in some of the sessions, everybody's there. It's a real family. No Limit was a family, yo. Mia X, Fiend, Kane and Abel, P, Silkk the Shocker, C Murder. One of my favorite artists I worked with, who I looked up to, who I could relate to, was Silkk the Shocker. I loved Silkk the Shocker, and I loved P too. But he was my go-to artist. Like my brother, he went to like C Murder. He spitted that gutter shit, that real, that pain. I was on that pain shit too, but I was more on the fly shit with the ladies, and you know what I mean? I was more on the, and we popping out, nigga. I'm that nigga. Like, so Silkk the Shocker was on that. I love working with Silkk the Shocker. I got songs and interviews with Silkk that I haven't seen in years. I don't even forgot about it. I never saw it. But he was one of my favorite artists out the tank that I worked with. He was just mad cool. He created his own lane. People love Silkk flow. Yeah. He had like an unorthodox flow. People thought he was off beat, but he had style. So I'm like, damn, he make me want to embrace my style. Like, I got a young fly nigga style. Let me embrace it. I'm not the pain artist. You know, my brother, that's what he's good at. So yeah, all of these songs we recorded and working with them, they just showed us how to like have creative control. They never denied us, or they probably was like, I think you should do this instead of that. And that's just helping us grow as young men and young artists. But they never was like, nah, man, don't do that. They was always seeing what's our best interest and stuck with that. Stood on.
Yeah, I know, that's pretty dope, man. And you mentioned Romeo. You also featured on his, you know, his first album and stuff as well, which a lot of people was, you know, happy about and was thinking, okay, we got to hear more from Freequan as a solo with the Lil Soldiers. What was your relationship like with Romeo, and what was it like featuring on the album? Was it Somebody's in Love? Somebody's in Love, that song. Yeah.
That was that's crazy, yo. You making me, yo. You got to go off topic. All I was doing was creating. I wasn't creating and looking back at my work like, damn, I did that. I was working for 20 years, since 6 to 30. For 24 years, I've been putting in work. So when you bring these songs up, it's like, wow, I forgot that but oh man, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, working with Romeo, man, was fun because it was like we got another cousin that do the same stuff as us. Romeo was into sports. People don't know that. Romeo was into sports before music. We was the first father and son's collaboration. So when P spotted Romeo with talent, it was like, yo, come on, like we've been doing this. So come on, come rock with us, like come make some music. So when Romeo started making music, we already in his house, big old mansions, we in his room, we chilling, playing the games, shoeboxes stacked up here, 7 feet. It's like it's no issues, no problems, unlimited food, unlimited fun. So working with Romeo was just like, damn, I'm doing what I already do, but I'm doing it with somebody in a different element, you know? Like, I'm bringing my street shit to the luxurious shit. And it just felt good because, like, Romeo family, you know? Romeo was our cousin. Like, that's how we all look. Romeo, our cousin, Master P, our uncle. And it was fun recording with Rome, man, because we did stuff outside of music. So when it came, we played sports, joked around, like manhunt. We did all of those things when we was young. So working with him in a studio, it was like, damn, we just doing fun on another level, but it still worked. You know what I mean? So it was just, like I said, it's not mind blowing when you at that age because it's like, this is what I do. Yeah. But when you get older, like, damn, I really worked with Rome like it was nothing. Like this was my family. Like it was. I never had the call or, damn, I want a song with Romeo. I was already at Master P house so often at his mansions or all the studios. Anytime me and Rome, and we didn't do the business. The Little Soldiers never did business. We never had hands on with the business. We were so young. So anything that involved a dollar in any business, I never knew about it. I just know it was access. What I'm trying to say, it was so free access with Rome. It wasn't like we had to go through security. That's my family. Imagine your cousin. You know what I mean?
It's like Richie Rich.
My rich cousin. That he's starting to make music now, and he's doing good. I could probably help him on some certain shit, or yo, let's switch on a hook. You say this, I say that. It was just fun. It was so fun. Music was fun at those moments, but it was like, this our job, you know? Like, this all you do. Like, it just felt so free, man, to just do what you do without nobody putting you on a schedule or nothing. You know? So yeah, work for Romeo was like a kid's dream, man, because he was the biggest artist besides Lil Wayne in Louisiana. Romeo was the biggest young artist at the time, and they was him and Bow Wow that was going back and forth. The Lil Soldiers, we wasn't pop like them, but we was like, you know what I mean? We was like the blueprint. Like, we was who everybody still looked at. Like, yo, them East Coast niggas, they doing something over there. So yeah, man, it was incredible. It was just like a memory you would never forget. I get flashbacks sometimes, man. Real talk. I dream about like the moments I had. It's crazy, it's scary.
Yeah. I mean, we recently had Miss Sonya Miller around there as well. Peace to Miss Sonya, and you know, your pops actually he did drop a comment in there and said, you know, you guys spent a lot of time around there with the family and stuff, and said that you guys all had a lot of love for him, and she was always, you know, just that mother figure with you guys and stuff as well. Treated you guys like family and stuff, just like her boys and stuff like that too, man.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Everybody just like nurturing. When our mom's not there, I got y'all. You never have to ask. Before you can ask for something, already provided. Yo, y'all hungry? Just taking a lead as a mother role, but still respecting our moms at the same time, man. It was powerful. And shout outs to her. Shout out to everybody in the camp, because everybody, you know, when they say it take a village to raise a child or a king, it took more than a village to raise these young kings, man. We 6 or 7 coming from the streets. You had Mia X. She was a mother figure, played the mother role in us. The auntie, you had Silkk, he had played the uncle. Everybody played their role with the Little Soldiers, and this is why we so great to this day. Everybody had a role to play, but nobody pointed fingers at, don't do that, don't do this. No, they would grab you, yo, come here, I'm gonna show you how to do this better. You know, everybody, it was nurturing.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one, then we grow. It was never, don't do that. No, I'm gonna show you how to do this better, and you're gonna do it right and exact. You never just gonna do it regular. Nah, I need you to be superb. I need you to be phenomenal. No Limit, they wasn't into just doing shit. Cause Master P didn't care about doing music. He wanted to be the best at music. He wanted to be the best at marketing. He wanted to be the best hustler and had the best camp. So he made sure we did the best. But my father already made sure we was at our best. So by the time we got to P, they was like, yo, we trying to make sure these young niggas do good, and they kind of don't need us. Like, they don't need us to be in the studio and teach them how to spit a 16 and hook and when a bridge come in and what drops and how to double and reverb. We wasn't even 6 years old, man. That was just the age. We was like 35, 37 at those times, real talk. That's why the teachings I got right now is nothing new. I still make my own beats right now, produce, engineer. I do everything right now.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh shit.
Laptop,
Okay.
everything set up. You know, like this, that, all of that. Like you were saying, how she brought us in with the family and all of that. Like we was family. All of that was necessary because we needed to feel love without our moms. Our moms are still in Jersey, New York. We didn't have our moms around too much. They would fly out here and there, but for the most part, we was around a camp, and we needed all the support as possible as like family, not just a team, like real family. Like, you know what I mean? Even if you're going through some personal shit, they was there to build with you. While my father was locked up, he was always there. Master P was always there. He is the real general. So we needed that. Shout out to the whole No Limit, man. I can't thank them enough. Love you. I love every No Limit soldier because they all had a part to play in my success, and that's a fact.
Most definitely, salute, man, and it's good to hear. You know, you definitely one that give flowers and stuff as well too, and even for yourself, you definitely deserve yours and stuff too. Which is why we're glad that you could take the time to come out and stuff as well too. You just mentioned your pops being locked up and stuff at that point. So as we kind of move forward, you know, we know that he would come back out and he would connect with P in the tank with No Limit East and stuff. Would you be continuing doing music then? Because we know later you guys would transition into doing like your own movement, like a Black Down and stuff, and you had some music out under the name Boy Wonder, I believe.
Billy Wonder, yeah,
Billy
yeah,
Wonder,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So as the transitioning was coming when my father got home, I was around a teen. I say like 12, 13. A lot of shit was changing, man. We really in the streets now. A lot of people asking, what happened to the No Limit deal? A lot of people not happy with us being back in the hood. You know, you get those stares. You get a lot of people raising their eyebrows because we was the biggest people and from our hoods. You know, so at that time making music was different. My father came and he gave me an idea. Yo, what you think about Billy Wonder? This and that, and third. Because I was under his shadow for years. He's Freedom. I'm Freequan. I was always Little Free. Freequan Of Bomb. I didn't. The streets and my family and the camp, they gave me that name. I never had no ownership, and I just was rocking with it. Yo, this is who I am. They called me Freequan Of Bomb. So yeah, around 12, Ockey came. That's when the streets gave me my name because I was off the porch. You know, so the music, everything was a little different. My father was in and out of jail. My brother over here, I'm over here. We still in Jersey, New York, but everybody over here, it's time to survive now. We not with the camp as often, you know? So the music was different because we live in different. All our music was real talk. It was real life, what we was going through either in the past, the present, or what we want to do in the future. So when Ockey and OB and Akibama and all of these, like that character was building as the music would change. So yeah, he came with Billy Wonder. He came home, he had good ideas. My father always had he was always a creator. He had a lot of time locked up, so he would just create. And he'd call us, we'd call him, or he'd send us letters. What y'all think about this? Just that and the third, I need y'all to do this. When you do that, start doing this. He would give us lessons. But man, at that time, we was being young men for real, for real. Like we wasn't just 6 and 7-year-old niggas. Niggas want some pussy. Niggas in the streets. Niggas want money for themselves. It's hard. We in the dirtiest parts of Jersey and New York. You feel me? So yeah, the music, everything was different. Like it was a little struggle too. It was a little struggle not being from the hood, from the 1-bedroom apartment in the hottest block in Jersey, then being in these mansions, then being back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So your music, you know that everybody not happy for you. So I'm on the defensive, like, you know what I mean? Like, who against me? Because I did all this shit for y'all, and now I'm back in the hood. Y'all not happy. Y'all not happy that I was with Master P. Y'all not happy me and my brother was the biggest people in this state. So yeah, everything was a little different, man. Like, we even bump heads with our father sometimes because this our free time to have a childhood for once. You feel me? After all these years, and he locked up in and out of jail. We like, look, man, we want to do music. Of course, this is our natural talent, but we want to play sports. I was in basketball. Like, I always been into basketball and like different things, you know? So, yeah, to answer your question simply, it just was the time was changing, you know? Everything was changing, so the music would change. And yeah, Billy Wonder didn't fly with me. It didn't. I get what he was trying to do, but I didn't want to be under his shadow. So when the streets gave me Ockey, I don't even know. I was told you I'm part of the 5% of the nation. So Ockey in New York and Jersey is like a Muslim owner, like a boss, like a Muslim owner. You call all the boss, hey, Ockey, come in. Like, that's all the Ockeys in the stores. They run the stores. I guess that's where I got my name from. The streets gave it to me. I didn't even think twice. That's around 13. Around 15, 16, I started making beats professionally instead of just ghetto. I started digitally. I got my mom got a computer. I crashed that, making beats. I was just trying to figure out my way. My cousin came down from the army around 15, 16, and he didn't have a lot of time. He just knew I had music. He was like, yo, I'm gonna teach you how to do the basics on how to make beats on Fruity Loops. I never forget it. So yeah, my father in and out of jail at this time. I'm just being creative. I'm learning how to do different stuff. I was already beatboxing, singing, and rapping with no limit. So now I gotta bring it to existence. So I started making beat 16. That's how the Bomber came through. Because I'm like, yo, I run my hood. I'm a black leader, like Barack Obama. Me and Barack Obama 2 days apart. He August 4th, I'm August 6th. That's why I got Akibama. Because I'm like, yo, not only we close and like zodiac signs, we stand for the same shit. We black leaders. And I felt like that's when I got my confidence for myself when I came up with Akibama, OB. You know, OB came from Ockey Beats. OB, yeah. It was Ockey Beats. My boy, Free Need Guap, man, love you, bloody. He gave me that name. He was like, yo, we gonna call you OB because you make beats, Ockey Beats. And I'm like, I don't want to be known for just production. I do a bunch of shit. So Akibama came around, 2007, 2006. And my father, he would say his shit, like, yo, where you get that from? But I always build with him, I always give him the mathematics and give him the knowledge on everything I had. You feel me? So he like, where OB came from? What's Akibama? Just that and a third. He like, okay, that's right and exact. That's peace. Long as everything you said was right and exact, stood on your bond, your word, and it was peace, then it was a fly. So my pops was with it. He was with it. He was like, yo, y'all do what y'all do. And I'm not gonna lie, he always tried to involve himself in a teen career on music, and we wasn't really with it because we like, yeah, well, as a child, you had us with the No Limit. You was mostly in our corner, but we trying to find our way now. We in the streets. Excuse me, you're not around that much, you know. So we was finding our way, and we would bump heads a lot, you know, because change a thing, change a name, change a location. We not with the same producers. We not with BNN. No Limit East is being built. Short Circuit, he coming with his new album. My brother, he doing a solo thing. You know, then we got family. I created something called I created so many different movements. Give me a second. One Up. I created this thing called One Up. Or whatever. I was Billy Wonder. I'm like 10 years old. Created a thing called One Up with me and my dogs around the neighborhood. It was just for in the mathematics, one is the knowledge, you know? And knowledge comes from the brain. And your brain is the first thing on your body. That's why it's up. It's the first one. So we was like, man, we one up. We from the streets and all that, but we the ones with the knowledge. We the street knowledge niggas, you know? So I created that. He was supporting it. We would do little shows. We did a No Limit East tour, the whole East Coast, literally the whole entire East Coast from Maine to Florida. I've been in over 25 states before I was 10 years old, and that's a fact. So at that time, I was just moving around. And when I came up with Akibama, man, it was just like, it was a little side, like, oh, what's going on? Like, it was like, look, man, it's time for me to, y'all keep saying I was the chosen one when I was with No Limit. This is what I'm doing. So everybody in agree with it, but once they start to see the power behind it, shit started changing. And that's how it's been from there. We was in the streets doing diss tracks against niggas. It got real. It wasn't it was still a profession for us, but it was some shit behind it. It was some bloodshed behind the lyrics after a while. You know what I mean? If you could listen to my earlier projects after the No Limit deal, you could see the change. It wasn't luxurious and big mansions no more. We in the streets where
there's a lot more street gritty, edgy. And not to say you wasn't in the streets and stuff before, but
this was for real because
it was a different time.
It's a different time. You're not. It was time to leave a nest. You can't be up under your mom and your dad and under Master P all the time now. This is the time. What you want to do with your life? That's how everybody was looking at us. All right, now what y'all want to do? So I was still in school, just in the streets, man, just hustling and just making myself stand out besides being under my father's shadow for all these years. Being a little free. I never wanted to be under his shadow because I always had my own identity, you know, but everybody saw me as a little free. Oh, that's a little free. And I didn't like it. I'm be honest, I never liked it. So when I got the name Akibama, Ockey, I'm like, I got to have something to make this pop. When I came up with Bama, OB, it was over. I've been Akibama since who knows what, 2002, 2003.
Yeah. We definitely had some of the Akibama records. one of them that stood out was, I think, I Got a Buzz. You know, I got a buzz.
The buzz. And I made the whole beat. I made all the beats on that project one blind. That's why my creative control started really popping. Yo, listen, I run this shit. I'm doing what I want out here. I run this shit. I felt like I ran the game because although I wasn't famous, I was doing the same shit that famous people was doing. Putting out projects, singles, visuals, traveling. I got real jewelry on. I was out there. I'm really out here doing what I want as if I'm already in industry. Because I felt that before. I know how I felt to be in the industry. So when I was doing I Got a Buzz, Get It and Got It, Everybody Love OB. This is fun, creative shit. We smoke a tree, we partying. You know what I mean? Just adult. And you can see the growth becoming. You know what I mean?
What's that next one you had? Bet you gonna tell a friend. You know the one that's real a bit. Yeah.
On me, smell a scent. Goddamn. Bet you go tell it. Yeah. And look, at that time I had a lot of my uncles who did music, producing, shout out to my Uncle Jamel, shout out to my Uncle P.I., my Uncle Prince. They was always around me to like have not a hand in my creative control, but just always being a mentor. Like, yo, let's go for this project, let's go with this, or this project, let's go with that. And that's cool and all, but when I came up with Bet You Go Tell a Friend and Around those songs, you could tell like it was chains off.
Yeah.
I ain't want to hear with nobody. Everybody get out my way. Y'all been molding me since 6 years old, and now I'm 20 something. I got it. Leave me alone. Let me be in that studio by myself. So all of those songs, you can hear the rawness. I'm gonna get changed in the car. I don't got change in the car. The TVs came with the car. Niggas stars. So when I shoot out the fall, like I'm talking. You feel me? You can smell and feel like the organic shit coming off me. It ain't no lavish, no mansions no more. This is little street shit. I'm talking about shit we live in daily. Yeah, that's damn. I like that.
Yeah, no,
you did your homework.
It's definitely one we can relate to, and and like I say, PC Pops as well, but he put me up on some of them as well. He sent them forward as well, and he always supporting you work and stuff as well, and even maybe one day we get all of you guys out here. I think that would be historic and stuff as well, and
that'd be legend. You could do that. You already a legend, but you do that. We might have to make that happen. It's a legend. For you in a little more distance, but we can make it happen as adults and as Lock a Block and as Ockey.
Lot of fam. That's another one as well, man. Lot of fam living out truth and face any man. Yep.
Yes, sir. A lot of fam. My father created. I told you we was just so much creative. We was trying to figure out once we left No Limit East, or once because my father he was doing that with No Limit East. Like he was getting his own team and he was dropping projects, Billy Wonder projects, Lock a Block projects, but you could see like the different ideas come. Okay, Lock a Block, then a lot of fam. Like he always was like evolve. So a lot of fam came when the fam just came together. We realized like, look, we all we got. Before No Limit, it was us. After No Limit, it's us. So that's when he created that because it was like he was home. He was home for a little while. He wasn't in and out at that point. And he created a lot of fam to kind of like to embrace his family. You see how Master P, that's all his family. No Limit is majority of the people is Will C, Murder, Silkk, Romeo. People is blood family. So my pops just had the knowledge of that, which he already was doing, and I'm just capitalized off the family. And I was with it too, but at that time I was still wanting to do my own thing. The whole world was telling me I had it. I was doing music and people that I never knew, fans from the No Limit or whatever happened, they was just still commenting like, yo, I remember you got it, you're gonna be a star. I'm like, damn, why everybody's this from the 90s, they know me from this and they telling me now that I got it, I gotta try to do something for myself.
Let me ask you that on this note quickly. Do you ever feel, or we can understand your evolution and stuff, but do you ever feel like you wanted to leave I guess the old Freequan in a sense behind from, as you said, the 90s and that sort of stuff, or did you not just acknowledge it in any sense? You just kept evolving and then probably look back and then seen it.
See, Freequan Unique, Wise a Lot, Freequan the Bomb, that's all my 5%. That's really me. And I just wanted, I'm an entertainer. I feel like I was a born entertainer. I wanted to separate the two. I didn't want to be little Free that's always studying and with his father and all of that. I'm like, I gotta separate the two. I have to show them it's another side of me. It's a creative side of me. It's a fun side of me. I'm not always straight making music. I can actually act and be in movies. Like I wanted to show them that. So yeah, I really didn't look back. I just knew that was my foundation. Freequan the Bomb. That was my foundation. I was looking at ways. Okay, I'm Freequan the Bomb. I come from this place, but I got knowledge from No Limit. I got knowledge from this, and that's what built that Akibama. It cultivated Akibama. And although I'm gonna always be Freequan the Bomb, that's like, but that's just a title. Akibama is, this is me. Akibama, OB, this is me. This is everything in one. Because you gotta think, when they created Lil Soldiers, Freequan the Bomb and all of this, I didn't really have too much knowledge about anything but self. I didn't have too much knowledge about females, traveling, murder, drugs, because I didn't grow into adult yet. So I'm taking all of that mixing with my teenage years and my adult years, and this was Akibama. So to answer your question simply, bro, to be honest, I just didn't want to live under my father's shadow. It wasn't good. A lot of people like that. Like Romeo, he was Little Romeo. He wasn't Little Master P. He already had his identity when he came out. I was always Little Free. They would always compare me to my father. If your father did that, we expect you to do that. And there was a lot of pressure on a 6-year-old child. So when I had the opportunity to have a different title, not a different identity, but a different title, and to show my title for self, I took off running. I ain't look back. Honestly, I don't even hear Freequan no more. My pops don't call me Freequan. My moms don't call me Freequan. It's OB or Ockey or son. You feel me? Or Young King. Real talk. They respect me to that point. Akibama is like a brand. Like I done pain, blood, sweat, tears, a lot. Yeah, that's my brand. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. This is my fashion line too, but soon.
Okay.
You feel me? I got a lot. This is me, my creative control. Like this is nobody involved. And it's not to like separate myself from the people of my team, but it was just like, look, man, y'all been telling me I've been chosen one for years. Let me show y'all why. I got a bunch of ideas and creative ideas. Let me show y'all why I'm the chosen one. So yeah, I ain't look back.
That's peace, man. You know, that ain't nothing more. Yeah. And
it ain't nothing against, my pops or nothing. It's just I wanted you created me. I was telling my pops this too. I'm like, you created me for me to be me. You don't create me in your own image. Yeah, as far as appearance-wise, I may look like you, but I got a whole different mom. I got a whole different lifestyle. You feel me? Like, he wasn't 6 years old putting in work, writing those raps. That was me. That was me and my brother. So when I came with Akibama, I was like, look, man, this is the work I put in, and this is what I'm showing off, and this is what I'm presenting to the people. So I ain't look back, and I don't feel no way. Akibama hold power. I'm the only Akibama in the world. There's no other Akibama in the world.
Yeah, that's real. And I mean, how many albums and projects have you dropped so far under the Akibama moniker?
Overall, I dropped 7 projects, but 6 is out there. I dropped my first project, was called Occupation. It was spelled O-C-K, a patient. You feel me? I was trying to I was just trying to find myself. I was 18, fresh out of high school. Jumped up, just in the streets, just jumped straight off the porch after high school. And when I dropped Occupation, it was ghetto, it was unprofessional, it was raw as fuck. It was a bunch of diss tracks. I was angry. It was just like, I'm handing CDs to people. Like, the CD is not in no case or nothing. I'm handing the Occupation, the road on it with the marker. Occupation, like raw as possible. I'm going into these bodegas. I'm going to these corner stores. Yo, check my shit out. I'm on these blocks all day long. Y'all gonna bump my shit. I'm the hottest out here. And in my hood, after the deal, as I got older, people start forgetting about the No Limit deal. Because they like, nigga, you right with us. You trapping like us. You playing basketball. You on the same basketball team as me. You in the same school. We doing the same girls. You feel me? So people, I wasn't looked at as like, I always been looked at as that nigga, popular and all that, but nobody care about the No Limit shit. They was like, nigga, you broke. Obviously, because you back in the hood. You know what I mean? So yeah, Occupation was my first project. That was around 2009. That was my first real project I put together for myself. I always do singles and little videos, but I'm like, I gotta just give them a body of work. And it was raw. It was all right. Looking back at my growth, I could be like, it was terrible. But at the time, it was fire because it was so real. After Occupation, I started creating some traffic far as like, oh shit, he could put out a body of work with different genres. He got hip hop, pop, R&B, dance hall on one project, and a nigga from the streets, and he was signed to No Limit. How's he doing this? And it would bring a lot of traffic. So after that, and my pops was home at the time, but I was already on my own as Akibama for so much years. I done put in so much work to have my brand. He never could touch what I did. He never would like have a hand, and he'd have an opinion, but he never had a hand in my creative control. So after Akibama, I was 19. I created God Is Great Song Ma. That's when I was around the gods. I was back and forth, New York, Jersey, around the gods. And that project was to show people like, look, we always hyping up the black man is God and how powerful God is, but nigga, God is great, so am I. Meaning, it was subliminal meaning like, look, I'm God. The black man is God. So after God is great, so am I got more creative. I'm like, I want to take this OB because I was always Akibama, but people wouldn't call me OB. I had to make OB pop because a lot of people couldn't pronounce my name when I would go to these shows outside the country. Oh, Ockey Bama? Listen, I'm like, yo, you know what? because it got offensive because I put in so much work. I'm like, yo, you know what? OB, these 2 letters, you can't mess that up. So when I'm like, yo, you know what? From now on, all my projects gonna start with OB. So after God Is Great, So Am I did One Blind. I did Original Born. I did Obsession. You feel me? Everything is OB. I just dropped Only Business. You feel me?
Yeah.
So where I was going, this nobody put that in my head. Nobody had a hand in. Nobody having an opinion about that. That was all me, just finding myself. Then I would make a project, One Blind. I made all the beats and produced and engineered the whole project. I was doing things like that to just create. You know, I took myself away from the like speaking too much real in my music and just like, let me have fun a little bit. Like, damn, I'm speaking about like real life shit. My homie dying from cancer. All my niggas dying before 18. So many bodies in my hood unsolved, and you know, getting kicked out of 2 schools. It was just like, yo, I'm not having fun. But in order to your music to be fun, you have to really live that. It has to be organic. So yeah, I started having a little bit of fun, get a little money in the streets, and all these latest projects. After God Is Great, So Am I, you can see the growth. I got a buzz that came from me turning up in the clubs all the time. You know what I mean? Turned up. People was booking me in the hood. That's when I became like the evolved Little Soldier in my hood. It wasn't no more Lil Free popular. It was Akibama, that nigga now. No, forget Lil Free. Nobody even, only people call me Lil Free or Freequan is like OGs who knew me since I was a seed, you know? But yeah, Akibama holds so much weight, man. There's so much bloodshed and creative control in it. So yeah, that's what I've been on. Like just having fun with certain shit.
Well, you mentioned your new project, Only Business, and we definitely tip the cap to say that's a great correlation to having all the OBs in the title of projects and stuff like that. But you know, what singles and projects do you have on this one that we can check out, or what can we expect, like videos or anything? Because I know you've done a lot of good videos in the past.
Absolutely. I'm doing visuals for this project because my next project is going to be one of my biggest projects I ever did in my life. It's going to be my 7th project. And you know, 7 is the God number. So I'm just prepping them. You already know I'm going with this. I'm prepping them because this next project is going to be scary. Like, I know for a fact this is going to pop. All my projects pop. It's just another level. But yeah, Only Business, the whole concept with that, it was to like, because I got a bunch of different genres on there. I wanted to show them God Is Great, So Am I had different genres, but I wasn't evolved as much as I was an artist now. And Only Business became because I learned the business more. I jumped in business, not just a talent. I jumped into business, got my fashion line, I partnership with these people. I'm starting to do a lot more hands-on business. And it's the evolve of the God Is Great, So Am I. So for a fact, I got visuals coming. I just moved to Miami not too long ago. And I'll be out here a lot, Miami and Cali, I'm back and forth. I just found a nice cameraman. So I'm working, that's in the process right now. I'm actually talking to the cameraman in DMs. So yeah, Only Business, I'm about to drop. I got Wear a Mask Forever. You can get clapped forever. Serving the principal in junior high, nigga, I'm gonna try forever. Look, mom and pop separated. When they come to me, they getting back together. 56 grams, 24 hours, looking at a half a better. Look, I don't trust nobody. I fuck around, Wear a Mask Forever. Like, I'm talking like, you know, you get me? Like, I want to get all the business. I want when you listen, you feel it.
You know what? It's crazy, man, because I feel that because just on that topic, a lot of people talk about these masks, and you know, the crazy thing is a lot of people bugging out about wearing masks, and I'll be like, the way I feel, that's one thing. I love the fact that I can wear a mask. So even that shit that you just said out there, you know, Mask Forever, and those lyrics that you just put down, I was like, shit, I found that shit right there.
But I did it for, bro. I did it for people to feel it. I ain't do it for you to just play it and bump it. Yeah, because you're going to listen, because I got production. Production going to sound good. Every song going to sound good. It's mixed and mastered to the T. But are you really feeling it? Are you really listening? It's a jewel in every song. It's 1,000 jewels in these songs. You feel me? Making sure match and measure. Look, Pussy Niggas Timid, I really ended. Everybody passed together. And I brought the set with me. We could brag together. Look, Dope Legal up top in the airport carrying a bag of letters. Like, I'm telling you, I'm keeping you updated on today's date. Like, nowadays, I feel like you're going to have to wear a mask forever. You feel me? So I'm like, I make my music just like my pops. My intention sometimes is to make you feel it. Of course, make you enjoy timeless music. But like, I know I'm going to die. And when I go, I want this to make me live forever. Because you only could die when you don't reproduce, or you don't bring nothing that's timeless. Michael Jackson would never die. And I always saw myself as Michael Jackson and Jay-Z. Those are my two idols. So if you hear my music, it don't sound like nobody but me. But if you was to hear any influence, it's Michael Jackson and Jay-Z. Only look at the greats. That's why I feel like I'm that great. I don't look at nobody mid-tier. I go for the greats. I study the greats. I study Muhammad Ali. I study Denzel Washington. I'm in many movie films. I don't know if I told you. I'm gonna send you the link. It's called The New Jersey.
Yeah,
I'm in a lot of different. Got my hands in a lot of different pots, man. I'm just in a lot of shit, just creative, you know. So yeah, I can't wait to the fans and the people, supporters, just hear the involvement and see my visual and my creative content with Only Business, because I looked up to people as far as visuals, Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Visuals like real. Watch
yeah. I can imagine, man. I'm excited already, man.
Because I'm taking it there, because this already been me. It's just I was in trouble in the streets. I was locked up. I didn't learn certain shit. So at that age, now I'm at that age, I feel like I'm at peace where I can like focus now. Like I don't got the law behind me. Nothing's hindering me from my success. And everything is on me now. I'm hands-on with everything. Hands-on with my fashion line, hands-on with my music. I don't have my father in my ear. I'm not calling him all the time. Hey, can you do this? I need the visual man. It's Only Business. It's time for me to, this the evolvement of OB. Only Business was the evolvement of OB. I just turned 30. And if you do the math in mathematics, 3 + 0, it's always going to be 3. That's an understanding. So this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. So I have the understanding about business and talent together. So Only Business is a powerful, I need everybody to not skip a song on Only Business, because there's so much jewels from scale, just from the #1 song. I created that intro.
Okay.
If you listen, go back. I want everybody to go tune in, because you can close your eyes and listen to this music. You're going to feel something. You're going to get chills. I can promise you. It's music for you, for your soul. It's not really too much hearing. The sound good. Every sound, I don't make nothing wet. Every song it's probably not your best song, your favorite, but every song got a jewel and a feeling to it. So yeah, I appreciate you even capitalizing off that, because people ain't going to see how big this project is till I start visuals. Because they can hear it all day. I haven't did a visual in like 2 years. I was locked up and I was in trouble in New York. Now that I moved out, moved to Miami, I got myself together. Visuals about to pop it. Watch. Wear Mask Forever. I went to the Too Late. That's a dance hall record. Alexis Mercedes. I got a big song I want everybody to hear. Love Me Right. I sampled it from J-Lo's Waiting for Tonight. Made the beat, and it's a pop beat. Baby, love me right. Like I'll put you in every emotion I give you. What? You like the ladies here, take this. You from the streets, take that. Like Only Business give you every emotion and every type of feeling within 13 songs, So like this is real. This project is big. But look, people think this is one of my best projects, right? I got over 1,000 songs in my email. I record all the time. When we get off, I'm going to this. This is my friend. Yeah. I would send you one of my unmixed and mastered tracks. You can imagine. You can imagine, because look, when I put these projects out, it's like these songs be old to me, but it be new to the people.
Of course.
So Only Business.
Yeah.
That's how when you're a creator, you don't stop creating.
You're always in advance.
So, always. So the project I'm gonna drop next year, that's from songs right now. I'm never gonna be behind. I'm always I'm 2-3 years ahead of myself.
Right,
what I mean? So,
and a lot of people don't understand that, but you just broke it down and made it plain. So I think people would definitely be able to gain some understanding from that. And like you said, Frio, that's the understanding right there. So you blessing us with some of that understanding too. Before we kind of even wind down and stuff like that, I want to say, what message would you give to like young people, or young artists, young aspiring artists, or even if they're not artists, just young people in general coming up in the game, coming up in the streets in life, what message would you leave for them?
Okay, I'm a real powerful message. I don't care if it's cliche. I don't care if you heard it 1,000,000 times. Take this from me. Take this from me. I'm saying it. This is mouth to ear. Stay true to yourself. Now, you can give somebody a message, right? They can hear it and they're like, okay. But years later, it's gonna be that light bulb, like boom. OB said, stay true to myself, and you're gonna meet that moment where you're gonna have to be true to yourself. And that's one of my powerful messages. Stay true to yourself is a big message. Why? Because you might have people around you that's doing other things. You might have people that's around you with other opinions. You might be an athlete, but you got drug dealers around you. Don't be a drug dealer. That's not you. Stay true to yourself. Do what's best for you. It's different strokes for different folks. So I was always a leader. That's how Akibama came. Bama came from Barack being a black leader, and that was me. So my name is kind of staying true to myself, because it was like, yo, they going left, go right. You want to go right anyway, don't look at them. Go right and stand on it. Whether nobody followed me, a lot of people didn't come with me when it was time to do ideas, and a lot of people didn't agree. But it always ended up success, and that's how I knew. See, I still true to myself, and that's why this shit. You know what I mean? So stay true to yourself, stay consistent. If you in the streets, ask yourself, is you happy with your mom or your father or your peoples around you bragging about you in that way? No. You don't want, yeah, he's back in the streets. That hurted me when I was back locked up. Yeah, Freequan locked up again. I just came from being on the multi-millionaires albums. Now I'm back in the streets getting locked up. It's not a good feeling. Stay off the streets. Represent for your people. Represent for your mom. Make her be thankful she had you. You know what I mean? Represent for your pops. They invest into you. All that knowledge in it, they see a star. Stay true to yourself. Stay consistent. Represent for your people. And definitely don't just rely on your talent. If I could give any advice to any, don't rely on your talent, because all my years I knew. The whole world used to tell me. I never got any other feedback. Everybody was like, yo, you the hottest in the state. You the hottest over here. Any group I was in, it was you the hottest. But I never did the business. So I was just hot with no business. So when I came up with only business, I started seeing how real this business game is, and it's 90% of the industry is business. Fuck the talent. They don't care. It's not the 90s no more where you can make a hit record and they do everything for you. You have to be your own A&R. You have to be your own engineer. You may have to. So if I could give any advice, stay true to yourself. Stay independent. Stay independent. And if a deal work out for you, okay, take that. But always have creative control. Don't let nobody tell you what's best for you, because they not you. They didn't go through what you go. They don't have the same parents or the upbringing. They didn't have the same experiences. Stay true to yourself, and always. I'm big on being independent, but I'm always open arms to knowledge. Always have an open mind. Always be a knowledge child. Never speak more than listening. The more you know, the more you can do. I do so much because I've been soaking up knowledge since 6 years old from different types of people, A&Rs, creative people, people in the food industry. Just take knowledge from everywhere, because you're going to need it in the long run. When you're going to be alone in a lot of these situations. It's going to be you by yourself. It ain't going to be your manager. It ain't going to be your pops. It's going to be you and your mind. Don't let your mind or your feelings. Oh, this a big jewel I want to give to the people. Anybody who listens. Another reason I created Only Business. This is one of the real reasons. I should have said this from jump. Nothing is personal. No emotions. None. Take criticism. A nigga say, yes, this song is whack. This song is whack. You could play another song. This song is whack. But look, that third song you might play, he might like that. But you're not doing it for him to like it. But if he's saying, or he or she is saying this and that and third, take criticism. Don't get emotional. Ain't nothing personal, man. This is business. Once a dollar is involved, a penny is involved. It's only business. So yeah, those are my advice to the people, man. Never give up. Ever in life. You should never, I don't even know how to give up. If you give up, you didn't have a purpose from the jump. I have a purpose. That's why it's like, how can I give up when this is something I have to do? It's not, I don't want to do music. I just do it. I don't even think. I just do it. Those 6 projects came from real life situations, just me expressing. So yeah, never give up, because at the end of the day, you could get 1,000 rejections, but that 1,001 may be your door opening. You know what I mean? Yeah, Look how my dad got killed. My dad never gave up, man. He was on a run, facing life and facing death. But he met Master P on that plane. No risk, no reward.
Yeah, no, that's real, and that's definitely sound advice and stuff like that too. Just on the last note before we wind down, what would you have in your top No Limit albums? Maybe your top 5. I know sometimes I get people out there, they say, "Oh, we can't pick. There's so much," but I don't know if you got a top 5 that you probably jam the most.
Absolutely not. And look, right? It's crazy. You asking an artist. You ain't asking a fan of no limit. You asking a real artist.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got so music. Yo, Master P alone, Silkk alone, C Murder alone. It's so much music. Some of my favorite music is not on the albums. So you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
heard. So I'm on certain songs that ain't out there. You know what I mean? From the 90s. So it's so much timeless music. I really can't pick. But I will say, around Bout It, that's when I was more connected with P. When it was like gutter, you know, street. Like that Bout It, Mr. Ice Cream. Mr. Ice Cream, man. When he was talking that subliminal, he talking about cocaine, but he's selling it to kids. Like that real raw, that pain. That was the moments, but the best music. Oh my gosh. It's so hard. If people say they can't pick, I understand. It's so much.
Yeah, I get it.
Like,
I get to ask the question. I don't really answer it myself, so it's tough though.
It's tough, man. I don't even have a favorite project of my own. Like, it's for the people. I make the music. I don't give a damn about myself when I'm making this music. I don't care. That's why I expose myself, because I know I'm gonna go one day, and I want my fans and my supporters and people that can relate to get the lessons from it and understood this is what I stood for before I went. You know, when I go, they're gonna listen to all my projects and be like, yo, this nigga stood on this. Whether you liked it or not, this is his real life, just on production. That's all it is. He's speaking on a beat. That's it. So yeah, it's
most
hard,
definitely, man. Yeah, now we salute that. We definitely, commend you for your work and stuff. Your continuous work. We know you ain't stopping anytime soon and stuff. We're gonna be looking forward to the new projects and stuff. Lastly, any social media and stuff that you want to drop your links, let people know where they can find you at.
Yo, what's popping is Akibama the Magnificent, the Incredible, the one and only, never be duplicated. OCKEY_BAMA everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, probably Facebook. I'm everywhere. Akibama never changed. It's only one of me. So you're going to get the same Akibama everywhere. The official Basoni, build and create unity, is my fashion line, the CEO of that. You can follow that page, the official BACUNI. And I got a few other things in the works, but if you keep up with Akibama, Ockey_Bama, and the official Basoni, everything will be updated on there. Those are my 2 pages. Follow it. Keep updated with me. Any supporters, I support myself. So follow me. I'll spot you, I follow you, and we can work. Let's network, let's spread our talents to the world. Let's do it with unity. Follow me and keep in contact, because I'm going somewhere. I'm gonna lead y'all. If anybody's listening to this, follow me for real in real life, because I'm really gonna lead y'all. Help me help y'all. I'm taking care of people. I'm the general. I'm the black president. I'm still a black president. You feel me? That's how I'm rocking. Like,
yeah, most definitely, man. We appreciate that, and we definitely gonna go on that website ourselves and check out some of that Basuni, man. And, yeah,
yo, bro,
I need one of those shirts.
The whole package. I'm about to do packages coming soon too. I got you. Just send me your info. Keep me updated with whatever you got going on. I support and I appreciate you and your business and network you got going on. This was big, man. This was unexpected, and most of the times in life, those are the best things. So I like this. Pardon me for being a little late and delayed.
So everything right on time, man. And we say better late than never. That's one of the things I say. So with that being said, we definitely appreciate you, salute you each and every time. Thankful to have you grace us on the platform. We can't wait to have you on us here next time once again.
Absolutely, we're going to all 3, my pops and my brother. We're going to try to make that happen, man. I appreciate you. I salute you, and let's work. Let's meet each other at the top.
Much love, man. All right, peace, family.
Peace, fam.
All right, one. Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on aboutthatonline.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.